Alright, the day already starts out pretty dirty. Alright, the day already starts out with a story, I can tell. Let's not be negative about this. So I came here to the hostel and asked, is there a safe place for me to store my laptop and my camera and shit? And she was like, yeah, your beds have like a cupboard underneath, and you can lock it with a lock. Do you have a lock? I was like, no, I didn't bring a lock. Well, you can borrow a lock. It's €6 and you get €5 back. And I was like, cool, so there's only €1 for me. I'll do that, because I want to keep my things safe. Good. Got this lock like this, right? Got myself the key card and a padlock. Okay, when checking out, I give the lock back and can I have my €5, right? And she was like, no, I can't take this lock, it only has one key. I only got it with one key. But she refused to take it back because locks have 2 keys. Well, I only got it like this and I did not check that it has 2 keys because I was not aware of this policy. Because nobody told me this policy. So anyway, she made me keep the lock and didn't give me my €5 back. I mean, I guess €5 for a lock is not a bad deal. It's just that I have a lock like this lying at home and I wouldn't know what I use it for. So, you know, I could put it on I don't know, on the Tifios bench and then throw the key away. I could totally do that. No, I don't know, I don't like putting locks on shit because that's not good for the Tifios bench. Besides, if I would do that, then I would have to at least write Kemi's name and mine on it. So, no, we're not gonna do that. We just got a lock for €5. Fine, end of story. I just don't like the way of communication. I mean, €5 really is not that big of a deal. But if there was about something bigger, then that would be not so cool. So I'm not happy with the customer service of this hostel. I mean, it's a budget hostel, so really you can't really expect much. If there was a hotel like, you know, the Mövenpick hotel that we had the conference at, they would definitely take the lock back because they would be like, oh, customers are important. Yes, 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 whatever you say. Probably, or at least more likely. At least they wouldn't care about those €5. They would just, whatever, throw the lock away and then have me happy. But since it's a budget hotel, they need to, you know, save money and shit. So that's apparently how you make money. By telling me I borrow shit and then I bought shit. Anyway, we have to walk quite a way up to the main station now. I'm fully packed. This is like my water bottle and my breakfast, and because my backpack is full and I have to carry pretty heavily. But yeah, we're gonna go to the main station now, then take a train to the airport, then fly to Vienna, and then take a train to Graz. And it's now 10 AM and I will be in Graz at 9 PM. Bye bye Amsterdam. Nice to be here once again. I will probably come back because it's a nice city. And it's a city that has a big airport. Thus, likely that I might stop by for a layover or something. I want to return this camera. Not happy with you anymore. Because I saw better cameras and I was like, I want this! Are you ready?
Yeah. We're ready, yes.
I'm not running. If the train departs, I'll take another train. There are so many trains going to the airport. Going to the gate. Oh, fuck off. Why do you not focus on... Never mind, I'm gonna switch you. But what do I do with it through security? You know what I should have done? Made a review video. Airport tips. Walk to the very end of the airport because there are no people anymore and you can just chill. I was thinking of making a review of my hostel. I mean, since I started already talking about it. I mean, if I would have thought about that, you know, maybe yesterday, then I could have still filmed stuff at the hostel, but I just had the idea now, so you'll just have to live with the few pictures that I took at the hostel. But if you're really just interested in my opinion about the hostel, then that should be just fine. It's not a great video, but I hope to provide some content. One thing that we can improve though is the background. Alright, yeah, that's better, right? Yes, good. More colors, that's more, yes. Okay, so my opinions about this hostel. In general, I would say it's a budget hostel, and for a budget hostel it is acceptably priced. I paid 30 euros per night. I mean, that deal was with EasyJet. My roommate that I talked to yesterday, she also paid 30 euros for one night, but there was a last minute deal, so it got cheaper. When she looked earlier on booking.com, it was like 80 euros or something per night. And I can relate, because last year I also paid 70 because I booked pretty late, but not last minute. Hostels are expensive in Amsterdam, but the price I paid, as I would say, was acceptable. Like, I probably wouldn't pay a lot more unless I really had to. Let's start with the room. The room I was in was a 5-person dorm. The beds were pretty unstable and thus loud, so if somebody moves, it's loud and you feel it. The bed seems pretty unstable. Let's do the lying test. That's an important part. You know, could be better, but I had way worse. At least it's not too soft, because it's pretty thin. I mean, I do lie there with pretty much an O for a back. You know, like, in the first night I really got back pain, but then for the second night I knew that I just have to lie on my side. I don't like to do that, but that was a lot better then. So it's acceptable for a few nights. They also provide towels, which is something I didn't think they would do, but they did. So that's pretty cool. The 5-person room had its own toilet and shower. We even have a toilet and a shower. Which on the one hand is nice. On the other hand, if suddenly all of the 5 people want to go take a shower at the same time, it would be more efficient if there was like one bigger shower at the hallway or something. But I quite liked it the way it was, because I was traveling alone and I usually had a different rhythm than my roommates. As I already said, there was also the possibility to get a lock and then lock your stuff, but I would recommend to bring your own lock, because otherwise they will just sell you one and pretend they just rent you. But yeah, that was the main criticism that I have, that the customer support was just, you know, I mean, you coordinate that, not that big of a deal. Another thing I liked was that breakfast was included. I didn't even know that, but she told me on the first day, so that was good. Good customer service right there, because otherwise I just wouldn't have known. Breakfast is from like 7:30 or sometime early to 10, which is also cool because that's quite late. But the breakfast itself was not very diverse. Like, there were some drinks. I never took drinks. I was always happy with my water, so I didn't need drinks. And then there was like toast with a toaster and some jams, super small portions of jam. So whenever I took a jam, I was like, oh, I'm producing so much plastic waste by taking this. Like, it's not even enough for one slice of toast to have enough jam on it, and the package is already empty. That was, you know, it also annoyed me a bit that other people would take half of it and put the other half back. So when I got it, opened it, it was like half full. What? It's already so small and now it's half full. Yeah, but that's other people, not the hostel's fault. I usually like to eat meat, but the ham they had there, they had different kinds, 3 different kinds, but it was all, it didn't taste good. And I felt like when I eat it that my stomach is complaining against it. So on the second day I didn't even eat meat anymore. They didn't have any fruits or anything like that. I mean, they had a fruit salad, but that's just not the same. It contained pineapple and I'm allergic to pineapple, so I just can't take that. And there was also just normal milk. I mean, that's okay that there's just normal milk. It's not a fancy hotel where you have like special milk as well. like soy milk or something. But I can't drink normal milk, so I also couldn't have any of the muesli stuff or cereal stuff. Not like there was a lot, there were 2 types of cereal and that's it. But yeah, what else was there? There were like crepe with a weird sauce that I didn't really like but ate anyway. Boiled eggs and lots of tomatoes. I like the tomatoes were good. So that was my main breakfast really. Tomatoes and some cheese with bread. For included breakfast, I would say it's acceptable. And that's also my opinion about the hotel in general. It's acceptable. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing over the top. It just works if you need to have a place to stay. So I guess I would go there again, even though they fucked up the thing with the lock. Yeah, I can't expect too much. Nah. Yeah. Right. I hope that you found this review helpful. You know, I felt like I want to, you know, also provide some information in that travel video today. Because otherwise I'll just rant about random shit and nobody's really interested in that. I hope that with this video I can cater people who actively search for that hostel and want to find out if they should go there. For my subscribers this was probably not so interesting, but you know, I was trying to be helpful for other people for once, right? Okay, cool, that's that. Still have 2 hours to wait for my plane before we can fly to Vienna. And back again to go to my gate. So welcome to Vienna. Now I'm gonna watch planes for 3 hours. That looks like something I want to do. Hold my hand up to planes. Wow. Those are a lot of airplanes. What? €5 to go to the visitor terrace? No. After 2 hours. Slowly I'm getting more and more awake. It's nice. Did it down. Alright. I'm going for this one. Graz, hoppen. Bye bye, Railjet nach Salzburg. Alright, one last train for today. Then we're home. Whew! That was a long travel day actually. Yeah, whatever. I'm on a budget. Right, but I'm now in Graz and almost home. That looks ridiculous. Dancing in an empty train. That's it. Make it back. I hope this review was helpful.